Hello children, back to our class with a new topic, respiration in organisms. In this lesson, we are going to learn how the respiration takes place in different organisms, including human beings. First of all, what is respiration? What is breathing? Respiration means nothing but the breathing, what we are taking in air. That is the process by which the air goes in and out of our body. How it is entering means the taking of air in and out is called breathing. So you can see here, the process by which the air goes in and out is called breathing. Can you live without food for one day? Yes. During the starvation, we can live for 2 to 3 days also. But can you live without air for 1 minute, 5 minutes? For that, we are going to perform an activity, that is breathe and count. That is, inhale as much as air you can and close your nose with the help of your fingers. Take a timer watch and observe. But how much time you can hold, means how much time you can hold the breath. Can you live with that only air what you breathe without exhaling? No, we can't. We can't live with that air, that exhaled air for much time. Again what you will do? You will remove your hand and again you will start inhaling and exhaling. We can live without food for 2 to 3 days, but we can't live without air even a minute also. So without the respiration, without breathing, we can't live. Depending upon the person, the breathing is also varies from one person to the another person. You can count that breathe, means how much breath you are inhaling by another activity. Ask your friend to hold a watch and just keep your finger near your nose and you can feel the inhalation, exhaled air. What you are inhaling must exhale. So you can feel that exhaled air, and in a minute how many times you are exhaling. Here exhaling is nothing but without inhaling there is no exhalation. So you can count how many breaths you are taking in a minute. So the breaths per minute, it may vary from person to another person depending upon the capacity of holding the breath. That is the process of which we are taking in. We call it as inspiration. That is nothing but we are taking air in. It is called inspiration. And the process which we are exhaling air out, it is called expiration. That is not breathe out. Here both one inhalation and one exhalation. We call it as breathing or respiration. breathe in and breathe out. Means per a minute, how many breaths we are taking? Means one breathe in, one breathe out. We call it as respiration. But how many times we are respiring? We are inhaling and we are exhaling in a minute. We call it as respiration rate. It also varies from person to person. If you see in the children, the respiration rate is different. Whereas the adults, it is different. Whereas in the old age people, it is different. So, these may vary from one person to person depending upon the personality and also age. Next, exercise and breathing. Children, when you are sitting simply in your classes or playing, means when you are in the relaxed position, how you breathe and count how many breaths you are taking. That is a respiration rate. And write it. Then do jogging or any exercise or steps. Just walk your upstairs. Do exercise. Then immediately after doing exercise or any work, running or jogging, then count your same, the respiration rate. Is there any difference between the respiration between the relaxed position and after exercise? Note these in two columns. Can you observe any differences? Yes, there is a difference. Here, how much amount of energy we are spending. Means why we are exhaling, inhaling. Means the respiration. We are taking the oxygen in and removing the carbon dioxide from the body. So the oxygen is when mixes with the food what we are having in the regular intervals. Already we have discussed in the first chapter. So the oxygen which mixes with the glucose, that is from the food what we are eating, then only we are getting energy and also carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is again exhaled in the form of expiration. But the energy is used to our metabolic activities like writing, jogging or anything. So, when this food and oxygen combines, then it gives energy. When you are sitting in the relaxed state, the body does not require much energy. So, the respiration rate is less when compared to after doing exercises. While doing exercises or running or jogging, you need much energy, more energy. More energy means more oxygen is required. Anyway, the food what we are taking in the regular intervals is stored. So, for more energy, more oxygen and more food is needed. The stored food and what we are inspiring, when mixes with this food, it gives energy. So, to produce more energy during exercises, we require more oxygen. That's why you may feel, you may get more respiration rate. Means we are taking more inspirations and more expirations. So, there is a variation in the relaxed state and next in the after doing exercise. The respiratory rate vary. The next one is the expansion of chest per each breath. You can feel how the chest cavity is increasing just by keeping your hand over the chest. You can feel, but while inhaling and exhaling, how your chest cavity is coming up and down. When you are inhaling, our chest cavity gets increased due to the air which is filled in the lungs. And when we are exhaling, the air which is present in the lungs comes out. So automatically the chest cavity will go down. So by this only the lung size will increase and decrease due to the filling of the air what we are inhaling and exhaling. So for this, to do an experiment, that is with the help of tape, measuring tape, normally used for the stitching class. The tailors use. You can use that also, or you can take with the help of thread also. Ask your friend or mother to keep the thread or tape or near to the chest cavity. Measure first how, when, before inhaling and after inhaling. Is there any variation in the measuring tape? Means any measurement you can observe. Because of the increase and decrease of the chest cavity, the tape will give different readings. By this you can confirm the respiration. What we are inhaling is air that is filled in the lungs. And again the carbon dioxide is exhaled when air is sent out. Next, how much air in your breath? Till now we have learnt that respiration means inhale and exhale. But how much air you are breathing per each inhalation? Per every inhalation, how much air you are breathing? Can you count? Can you measure? How can you detect it? How much air you breathe per each inhalation? Depending upon the work they are doing, the inhalation may vary. For that, we are going to perform an activity. For that, you need to require 2-liter bottle, a rubber tube, and a bucket or empty tub, and an injection bottle also, 100 ml injection bottle. Fill the water bottle full. Insert the rubber tube inside the bottle and invert that bottle inside the water. And blow the air, means how much amount of air you can inhale. Inhale it and blow that air through the tube into the bottle. What you observe? Here, when we are inhaled, the inhaled air means per each breath, that each inspiration, how much air you are breathing, it is filled in your lungs. Then when you are blowing it, when you are blowing through the tube, it will come and is filled in the bottle. And then leave. When you are exhaled, then due to the pressure, due to the air pressure which is present in the rubber tube, the air which enters the bottle, what happens? The air which is occupied here at the top of the bottle and the water which is present in the bottle come out and fill in the tub or bucket. Means the air which you have blown is observed at the top of the bottle. Means the air what you are seeing here is nothing but that much amount of air you have inhaled. So the expired also you can observe here. By this we can conclude the amount of air you breathe per each inspiration. when we are inhaling, the air which is present in the surrounding is cooler. When the air what we are exhaled, just keep your finger here and observe the surrounding air. We can't feel it is cool, but when you are keeping your finger near your nose and you are exhale it, the air becomes warmer. Here the air gets warmer because of the body temperature. The surrounding air is cool and enters into our body through the nose. There is a nasal cavity. When it enters to the nose, the air which is present in the nose will prevent the dust particles not to enter into the nasal cavity. Here inside the nose, small hair will be present to prevent the dust particles there only. When you sneeze, again they will come. So that because of this only, when you go to the dust, means on the roads, because of the smoke, you may not breathe properly. So here the air which is present in the nose helps to prevent the dust particles and the air get inhaled into our lungs. Means when the air reaches the nasal cavity, the air gets warm, which is suitable to our body temperature. Again, when you are exhaling, because of the body temperature, whatever the air you have inhaled get warmer. That you can experience by exhaling, by keep your finger near the nose. The air which you are exhaling is warmer when compared to the inhaled air. And the next one is a moist in your breath. In the winter mornings, even you can see, just go outside in the morning, if you blow or if you exhale the air out, some amount of air, you can feel it as clouds. Why? And you can see that also. Clean the mirror clean and blow the air near the glass or mirror. Some amount of water you can see on the mirror or the glass when you are exhale over the glass. Where the water is coming from? Where is that water? Can you see the water from your mouth coming out or from the nose? No, we can't see. It is in the vapor form. So very little quantity and that is in the form of vapor. Because of the body temperature, the water when we are exhaling or when we are blowing the air out, the water will come, small amount of water come in the form of vapor. Do you know? Daily 1 liter of water is exhaled from your nose and mouth through the exhalation process itself. 1 liter. But we are not able to see that water with our eyes because it is in the form of vapor. So, by this experiment we can conclude that air also contains small amount of water what we are exhaling. Children, I think you understood this chapter. If you have any doubts, ask me. See you in the next class. Thank you.